Hey everyone, Amos McFalls here. And before we hop into this incredible content, I wanted to take a second and let you know about a couple of things. First, if you hadn't had a chance to check out Destiny Leadership Institute, we believe that DLI is the best place to develop character, discover calling, and increase competence, all the while teaching you to operate within the culture of the organization in which you serve. DLI is completely online, which gives you the ability to study while you serve in the local church. If you or someone you know is interested in taking the next step in your leadership, Destiny Leadership Institute is the perfect solution. Also, each year Destiny Ministry hosts a conference for our entire Destiny family called The Gathering. This year, The Gathering will be held at Christ Church in West Monroe, Louisiana on June the 22nd through the 24th. We would love for you to join us there. Always remember that you can access any information about DLI, The Gathering, or anything else Destiny at destinyleaders.com.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I'm just thrilled to be a part of the Destiny family. Years ago, I heard about Destiny, and somebody told me when I was searching for a place of belonging, they said, you would really like Dr. Phil Brassfield. I think he would resonate with you, and you should look him up. And so just by life circumstance, eventually and ultimately, I did meet the Brassfields, and now part of Destiny. It's such a joy to have that network and those friendships and people that you can genuinely respect. And I like the Destiny family because it's a place to belong. It's a great place to belong, and to feel that you can respect the people that are leading. And then it's the networking, right, for relationships, the pool of leaders that you draw from for the local church. It's important that we raise up leaders together, we labor together, and we know each other. The Bible says, know those that labor among you. So it's just good to have that pool of leaders we're raising up and to belong someplace and do some great things together. And anyway, so Dr. Brassfield asked me to look at the book of John with him, and was there some part of the book of John that I would feel to share about? And immediately, I went to John 17. Maybe you don't know me, but John 17 is just like a life passage for me. I really entertained the idea of writing a book on John 17. It's so important. It was the prayer of Jesus. And if you think about the Lord's Prayer, that's often what we think of as the Lord's Prayer, but that was a formula. John 17 is actually Jesus praying to the Father. And the things that he said here are so educative. To me, this tells me as a Christian what I'm supposed to be doing to be an evangelist. This tells me how I'm supposed to live my life. This is the way. What we can garner from this passage is how to be a Christian in the world and how to be an impacting Christian in the world. I used to think of evangelism as door knocking and passing out things and preaching with microphones on corners and going overseas and doing crusades. But really, I've found that the most effective work that I have done is in gospel ministry is really those one-on-one relationships with leaders, people inside and outside the church, discipling people. That's where the investment of my life has been, comes back and comes to fruition so much. And this chapter bears that out, and it just screams something at us that I want you to come away with. So in John 17, again, it's a prayer. It's a prayer that Jesus is praying to the Father right before going to Calvary. And so he is giving an account. And he says, Father, I have glorified you on earth. I made you look good. I did what brought you glory and that pointed to you. He's saying, I did a good job. I have glorified you on earth. And then he goes on to mention three things. And I'm just going to hit these, and then my time with you will be done. But I want you to get this because this is really the purpose for living. He said, the work that you gave me, I finished. One version says, I accomplished. The work that you gave me. So one thing that God gave him was work, and he accomplished it. I think it's important to be accomplished, to have a track record of things that you've done, things that you've achieved, work that you've done. You are defined as a worker. God gave in creation 6 days to work, 1 day to rest. That's 80% of your life is work. You think, I can't work 80 hours a week, but actually you do. Every waking moment you're doing something with your hands. And the Bible says, whatsoever you find to do, do it with all your might. You know, God gave you your hands, put your hands to the plow, go to work. Your work defines you, not just the work, not just your career, but everything, every effort you make is giving God glory. Work gets the attention of the world. I think it's the segue into people's lives when they see you as a credible worker and investor in your family, in your community, in your actual work. The ways that you view work. Are you just, running off from work? Or are you gravitating to the work because you know the value of that investment? Jesus understood the value of work. He said, I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day, because the night cometh when no man can work. He was desperate to get it done. He told the parable of the 11th hour and how the workers were desperate to get things done. He was desperate to get his work done and to accomplish something to give God glory. And so when he prayed to the Father, he said, I finished the work that you gave me. The second thing he said, the people you gave me, I kept. Now God not only gave him work, but he gave him some, and he was referencing the 12 disciples in this passage or this time of prayer. He was giving an account. You gave me 12 people, I kept them, except for one. He mentioned how Judas failed. And so 11 out of 12 he kept, and those close relationships changed the world. Man, you want to change the world, love on the 12 closest people around you. And this is the investment that Jesus made, and the one that he felt was necessary to give an accounting to the Father. Who are you supposed to be keeping? Who are you supposed to be loving? Who are you supposed to be transferring the love of God and the impact of your life to? Are you trashing relationships? Or are you adding value to them? Are you bringing people closer? Are you dividing them apart? This is a part of how we give God glory, and this is a part of how we evangelize. We build relationships. We work, and so we show credibility for our lives through our work. We build relationships, and we are relationally intelligent in such a way that we can impact people's lives. And so those relationships become the second way that we give God glory and the way that we give meaning and purpose to our life. And then the third thing he says is, the words that you gave me, I delivered. Wow. Now the things that come out of our mouth are the third thing that really is the import of our life and the purpose of our life. What we say. And I don't think it's just like Bible-toting, Bible-quoting stuff. It's not just preaching. It's how we talk to people. It's how we love them. It's even how you coach people. Maybe you're someone who is coaching on a team, or maybe you're somebody who's training somebody at work. And when you give your life away through words, right? We live out principles, and then we can share principles. When you build credibility through your work, you build credibility through the way that you love in relationships, and then your words have impact in people's lives. Because you care about money, people can hear your words about money. Because you care about God, they can care about God. The things that you want to teach them about work habits and relationships and good practices and habits and all that kind of stuff, those words don't fall on deaf ears, because you've done the work, you've built the relationships, and now your words have power. Are you spewing negativity? Are you spewing gossip? Are you talking behind people's backs? Are you willing to have some hard conversations in love? All of these words are gifts that God gives, and these things all outlive us. This is a legacy that we leave that's far beyond this earth. The work that we have leaves a legacy. There are people that will come behind us in the wake of our investment that celebrate us and whose lives are changed because we've invested in them. Our work is not in vain. It has a life beyond us. Money has a life that goes beyond us. Our relationships live beyond us. I still glean from the wonderful people in my life that invested in me, and the words that they said to me still live on. This is the legacy you bring. And so, man, I love it that we're studying the book of John. Thank you for going through it. Being bigger, better, stronger together in this season is so important. And this book, man, live it and find this formula to give God glory through your work, through your world, your relationships, and through your words. Man, it's great to be with you. Love Destiny, love you. I guess we'll be on for some conversation in a future setting, and I hope to be able to interact with you. God bless you.